and supported the march and the call for peace in our province. We also want to thank the business fraternity for doing the same. Indeed, we felt warmer in their presence, but also in attendance was the cultural sector in the form of various artists who honored us by their presence, some from cities outside KwaZulu-Natal, like Johannesburg, like PE. We thank in particular also the members of the legislature, particularly the Speaker of the legislature who attended. But we also thank our foreign nationals based in KwaZulu-Natal who were able to make it together with us in the march through the streets of eThekwini. The main purpose of the march yesterday was indeed to demonstrate to KwaZulu-Natal, to South Africa, to all the people in Africa, particularly those countries that have their nationals who are based here in KwaZulu-Natal and to the world as a whole, that the majority of people in KwaZulu-Natal reject any form of attacks to foreign nationals, but also to demonstrate their willingness to abide by the law and maintain peace in our province. It was also to demonstrate that they are against looting of shops belonging to foreign nationals. But it was also to allow them, even if we didn't do it formally, a way to express their own feelings about the presence of this number of foreign nationals in our province. Indeed, there are a number of concerns that we picked up, especially when we took a walkabout in KwaMashu and another walkabout in Spingo on Wednesday. They ranged from local nationals raising concerns about what they call unfair competition in business in townships. And they also raised their feelings about them feeling disrespected or not respected enough by some of the foreign nationals. They also cited the involvement of some foreign nationals in various criminal activities. Now, these are some of the things that they spoke about. These problems and these concerns from our people in the province are regarded and taken by us as leadership of government very, very seriously. That is why we have now appointed a team led by Navi Pillay, former judge of the United Nations, and a team of 7 other people who are going to be working for the next 12 months, consulting with the people so that we don't recklessly run into any action without thorough investigations in terms of how we should deal with the whole matter of the presence of foreign nationals. They will advise us as government of the province in terms of how best we can deal with the situation. In the meantime, Home Affairs have assured us through no less a person than the Minister of Home Affairs that they are dealing with the issues of foreign nationals to the best of their ability. In terms of identifying various categories of foreign nationals that are in the country and in the province, particularly those who may be here illegally and those who are opting or who are voluntarily wanting to go back to their homes, so that whatever action that we embark on is governed by law and the framework of all international codes of which South Africa is a member. However, that does not mean that all of a sudden South Africa must act without all those codes and outside our own legal framework as a country. That is why we therefore are condemning the killings that have taken place in our province. That is why we condemn the attacks on foreign nationals, but also condemn any attack on our people who are local nationals. And we are discouraging foreign nationals from arming themselves and demonstrating their willingness, so to speak, or in terms of express statements that where they create an impression that they want some parts of eThekwini to be no-go areas like Point Road. We reject that totally and want to send a message to them that we should stop that because it's not going to be helpful. However, we are concerned about their safety, and that is why the number of police has been increased in this province, specifically to make sure that there is security for everybody in the province. So there is no need for anyone to arm themselves in the name of defense, but equally there is no need for anyone in our province to be so angry about anything around foreign nationals to the point of wanting to take law into their own hands. We're discouraging them from doing that because the totality of the situation as a whole is under control and we're dealing with it. We want to take this opportunity to say we thank the people of KwaZulu-Natal for the fact that over the past 4 days we've seen calm returning in the city of Durban. During the march, there was also that calm, there was that stability, and up to now we haven't picked up any serious incident. We did take note that towards the end of the march, there were groupings of people who gathered in some parts of eThekwini and expressed, among other things, the fact that they were boycotting the march. We have picked up that others are saying they are doing so because of any statement or the other associated with His Majesty, wherein his statements are interpreted by others as a call for them to behave in this unacceptable manner towards foreign nationals. We want to state categorically that we have met His Majesty twice and we have been in conversation with him on a number of occasions. He is extremely concerned about violence against foreign nationals, and he actually rejects any violence against them. And he was behind the march, the peaceful march that we organized, and he was in full support of it. He rejects attacks against foreign nationals. He rejects looting of shops belonging to foreign nationals. All he says is that he said is expressing concern about some of the activities that are associated with foreign nationals in our province, and therefore made a call to our government to attend to those matters. Hence the meeting between Minister Malusi Gigaba and His Majesty on Monday night to address those issues which His Majesty is concerned about. We are therefore taking this opportunity to call on everybody not to take any advantage whatsoever and hide behind any statement made by His Majesty. In any case, South Africa has full citizens who have rights, citizens who have responsibilities, who cannot do irresponsible and engage in irresponsible things and only hide behind any statement made by anybody. And therefore, we are indeed, on one hand, thanking the majority of the people who came in their numbers and demonstrated their rejection of attacks against foreign nationals. And we are then saying, whatever problem that is out there is being addressed by government. This includes, as I say, working with various embassies of various countries through Home Affairs in terms of ensuring the wishes of those who may at this stage want to go to their countries. All of which must happen in peace, all of which must happen without any loss of life, all of which must happen in terms of the dictates of law and order in our province and in our country. We want to take this opportunity and make an announcement that last night His Majesty took the decision that he would want to call an imbizo, to hold an imbizo on Monday in eThekwini, where he is inviting Amakosi, Izinduna, of course accompanied by Amabuto. And this is the gathering of people where government is going to play a role, starting now as we make this announcement, that indeed there's going to be this imbizo which we support as government and in which we will be involved indeed. We support this imbizo so that, among other things, His Majesty may get an opportunity to play a role, a meaningful role, so to speak, by adding his voice on the call for peace, on the call against foreign nationals getting attacked in a manner that we have seen in the past few days. As government of the province, we are in full support of this intended imbizo and therefore commend Isilo Samabandla for taking this initiative. And we are in full support thereof, in as much as he has been in full support for our march. He had, in that meeting on Monday with Minister Malusi Gigaba, expressed the need for us to support him in calling for this imbizo. And yesterday, he then took it a step further to decide on the actual date. MEC Mabuyakulu, as acting MEC for COCTA, is going to take the lead in organizing this imbizo, which we think will be in one of the stadia in KwaZulu-Natal, in eThekwini, possibly Carisfontein, which is what we're looking at the moment. But MEC Mabuyakulu, with the team from His Majesty, will then make final announcements as far as logistics are concerned. And we are calling on Amakosi to cooperate with the SILO and indeed turn up in their numbers so that we can then all of us hit this particular call and make whatever contribution we can in returning the situation to normality in our province and in our country. And finally, we do want to emphasize our call for all the people of KwaZulu-Natal and South Africa to add their own voices and support the return to normality and to stop the killings and attacks against foreign nationals, but also to express themselves on what needs to be done in order to address whatever concern there may be with regard to the presence of foreign nationals in our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. Members of the media will now take